Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on wherever you guys are in the world. I hope you guys are doing well. Majority of the people that do watch my videos actually are pretty new to the NFT space, and I can give you guys NFT projects all the live long day, but there's really no point in me giving you those whitelists if you don't know how to pick up on those projects on your own. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top factors that I look for in NFT projects. I want to be able to help you guys take your NFT process, your NFT journey to the next level. He's a handful, quite the handful. All right, Ford, I gotta record, man. When you're first looking at NFTs, you pretty much have zero idea where to start. The weird thing about NFTs, most of the time they're built off of hype, and then you just look at the numbers and you're like, there's this many people following them, I should get involved. Why not? The hype can be such a distraction and such an illusion because the numbers don't accurately represent how the project's going to do. Sure, you can buy into a project possibly for a quick flip just based off of hype, but there's definitely other factors that you guys need to be looking out for to really distinguish those true projects that are going to have long-term value. The very first factor that you guys should be looking for when trying to join a project are the founders. You need to figure out who the founders are. Aside from just knowing who you're going to be giving your ETH, your money to essentially, you just want to see if there's any background information that you can find out about these people. Are they doxed? Meaning, are they putting their real identity to their Web3, their NFT project? Is there any type of connections that anyone has to them in space? Are there NFT influencers / enthusiasts that you follow or follow them, possibly known throughout the Web3 NFT community? If this is their first NFT project, are they an established artist that maybe have connections elsewhere outside on Instagram, Facebook? Those types of connections, if there's any outsource of information that you can find on the founders, that is going to be huge. They're not doxed. Have they been a part of any other projects? Where can you find their artwork? How much information can you find about these people? You're essentially becoming a private investigator. You want to find out as much information about these founders as you can because you're giving them money. The one thing I've realized about crypto, Web3, NFTs is it's a lot easier for me to mint an NFT than to go to the store and spend $20. There's some type of weird psychology that the fact that the money is online and not tangible, that it makes aping buying into these projects way easier. So the very first thing you want to understand are the founders. Who are they? What other projects have they been a part of? Are there any connections to them outside of the NFT space, within the NFT space? Dig deep. So now we've taken a look at the founders. The founders are doxed. We can put a real face to their identity. They possibly have their LinkedIn's linked to their profiles, see where they have worked, their resume. If they're not doxed, we at least feel comfortable enough that they have a decent following on their Twitter accounts. They're followed by possibly some NFT enthusiasts, or maybe you're taking the gamble and you just really like their artwork. You trust the founders by doing your own research and digging deeper onto the internet, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, to see if you can pull any more information about these people. We think that they're good people. They don't have any malicious intents. The second biggest factor that you're going to want to look out for, don't mind my sloppy spelling, engagement. What do I mean by engagement? You're going to want to see their engagement on Twitter. Go to their Twitter account, whatever their NFT project is, and scroll through all the posts. How many comments are they getting on these posts? How many retweets are they getting? How many likes are they getting? Disregard giveaway posts. So if they're giving away 5 whitelist spots and it says retweet, like, and follow, don't count those as engagement because people are just engaging with that post to possibly win a whitelist spot. So you want to scroll through the account and find genuine posts. It might be a sneak peek of the artwork. It might just be a random tweet talking about anything from the founders or whoever runs their Twitter account. Bottom line, you're going to want to go into those posts and see the ratio of likes, comments, replies to their followers. If they have 40K followers, but they're only getting 150, 200 likes on each post, that's a little bit of a red flag. You have 40,000 people following you. You also want to go onto those posts. You want to gauge their engagement by them not calling for action within those certain posts on their Twitter. And what I mean by this, like the Twitter giveaways, if it says like, retweet, and follow, you don't count those as engagement. People are just doing that for a reason. They want to get some type of purpose out of engaging with that post. You're going to want to click on their tweets, scroll through who likes them, scroll through who comments on them, click on those accounts. Do those accounts actually follow other NFT projects? Do they follow any NFT enthusiasts / influencers? Are they real people? You want to make sure that they are not bots, because what people will do is you can buy bots for Twitter. You can buy bots for Twittering. Yeah, they might have 40,000 people following them, and yeah, they actually might have a good amount of engagement, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, whatever it is. Sometimes if you actually scroll on those accounts, you realize that most of those accounts might have 3 followers, 4 followers, 2 followers. You want to make sure that they are real people and that the engagement that they are receiving on their social media is legit and authentic. Now we found a project, has a couple thousand followers, their engagement ratio is good to their followers. We can see that the people that are liking, retweeting are actually real. They're not bots, they're actual people, real life people. Third thing that we're going to want to go into is their Discord. Why their Discord? This also goes in hand with engagement a little bit. This is a little bit of a question mark in a way, because the current NFT meta, a lot of these projects are doing closed Discord invites. You're gonna have to have their notifications on their Twitter, and usually once a day, once every 2 days, they'll drop an invite link to their Discord. People do this for security reasons. A lot of Discords have been getting hacked, and this also helps the project gauge real people who want to be a part of the community rather than quick flips. There's two paths for this option. The first path is if they have a Discord off the rip in their Twitter, jump into their Discord. See how their engagement is within their Discord. When they post sneak peeks, making announcements, how many emojis, engagement interactions are they getting on those posts within their Discord? In hand with this, you want to make sure that their community is strong. When you go in, is there several people typing at a time? How many people are usually chatting with each other within the 1 minute marker or 1 minute time frame in their Discord? Are the conversations genuine, or are they all just spamming in the Discord random bullshit just to get the whitelist? Hopping into the Discord and distinguishing if this Discord is legit or not is also going to play as a huge factor to the success as a project. You're going to understand based on their Discord community, how people are chatting within their Discord, if this project's actually going to be a long-term hold, or people are just chatting to get whitelist. Are they chatting just to get a quick flip? Discord is a vital part to understanding if a project is going to do well or not. Based on their Discord, we can tell that there's actually a good amount of people chatting. We think that these people are genuine. They're having genuine conversations. They're not just spamming, we're going to make it, or spamming for a whitelist grind. What is the fourth thing that we're going to be looking for? The fourth thing that we are going to be looking for is going to be word of mouth. Usually if it's a project that is good or going to be good, you would have heard about it more than 2 or 3 times through Twitter, throughout another Discord. Being able to hear these projects talked about in the space as a whole, that is a green light, a good sign that this project is probably going to do well. Usually, you'll find this word of mouth by people that you follow on Twitter. Your Twitter following and who you follow is very important to this whole entire process, because you need to be able to follow people that you trust and you value their opinion. If you don't value their opinion, you don't trust what they're saying, they might just be getting a kickback behind the scenes to post about this project. Keep in mind, a huge NFT account with over 100K, 50K is tweeting about a project and it's a whitelist giveaway. Odds are they probably have some type of collaboration. Usually whoever's collabing with a project, shouting them out, or giving out whitelists on behalf of the partnership, on behalf of the NFT project. Most of the time, NFT enthusiasts, NFT influencers are only going to shout out or give away whitelists for projects that they think are going to do well. You want to see if these projects are talked about on Twitter in general, aside from giveaways. If there's genuine tweets, you see a reoccurrence of a certain project being talked about, that is a green light, a good sign that a project is usually going to do well. We've heard this project floating around the space. We've seen it pop up in a couple Discords, a couple tweets about it. What is the fifth factor that we're looking for that we really think is going to make this NFT project boom? One of the most important factors of the current NFT meta, which is hype. Hype is good and bad. The reason I say hype is good and bad is just because there's a lot of hype does not mean it's going to do well. But just because there is a lot of hype doesn't mean that it's going to do bad. It's a two-way street, and you can look at it from 2 angles. You can look at hype as, okay, wow, there's been a lot of word of mouth. It's been getting around and people know about this project. But one of the great things about hype, even if the project doesn't seem like it has a long-term value, based off of that hype, that demand, you would have the option to possibly mint the project and get out. Pay your 0.07, 0.1 ETH for the project, then you go straight to OpenSea, you list it for a higher price, you're in and out of the project. The con to that is if the hype is too real and too good sometimes, but your opinion of the project's a little meh, you might get in and get out after a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. The people who really have diamond hands and understand the long-term value of the project might be able to come out on top. The floor of the project will shoot up, might go higher in value. You could have missed out, lost on more significant profits. A huge part of this whole game is not letting your emotions get to you. You need to be able to make judgment calls and make decisions based on your personal financial situation, your beliefs. You can't base any of your decisions off of emotion, fear, panic, nothing. When you're going in NFTs and really establishing which projects are good, please don't let your emotions get the best of you. Let everything be based off your own pure research, due diligence, and judgment. We've checked out the founders, seen engagement, we've taken a dive into their Discord, we've heard about this project floating around the space. There's a decent amount of hype. What is the second to last thing that we are going to look for when possibly trying to get into this project? The second to last factor is the long-term value of the project. What is going to incentivize people to hold onto this project when floors dip, people sell, people try to take profits? What is the end goal of the NFT project that we are going to buy into? Why do we want to hold on to this NFT? And the long-term value could be metaverse application, clothing brand, merch store, figurines that they promise to give you, game on the way, a possible play to earn, whatever it is. The long-term value needs to be significant. It needs to be worthy of people holding onto this NFT project for the long-term value that this team is going to bring to the table. They have some type of long-term value, some type of long-term game plan. What is the last factor that we're looking for that can really distinguish this project from the rest of the market? And that is something different. What you'll understand and see in this space a lot is that there'll be a certain NFT meta, a certain genre of NFTs that are coming out. One project will do something different and be successful, and an array of upcoming projects will follow that same NFT narrative. This is what we call NFT metas, NFT narratives. It's when one project does extremely well and sets almost a new standard for the entire NFT market. Some examples of this are play to earns, 3D artwork, clothing like merchandise. Those are different utilities, different values that projects usually bring. But the most important factor, in my opinion, and this is honestly one of the hardest things to come across because it just truly requires innovation and creative minds that are a part of the project. Applying something completely different than any other project in this space is going to create a successful NFT project. And as time goes on, that becomes harder and harder and harder because these creators, these founders are going to look at all the projects in the space so far and say, what can we do different to attract people to our project? And as time goes on, like I said, it's going to require more innovation, more creativity, more like-minded and enthusiastic people to really create those different factors, those different values and utilities to bring to their project that sets them different from the rest of the market. When you take good founders, good engagement, good Discord, hearing about the project through multiple Twitter accounts, multiple outlets, good amount of hype, long-term value, and something completely different from the project that sets it aside from the rest of the market, this is going to be a winning NFT, and this is going to probably make you ETH. And here's the thing, you can either quick flip it or you can hold it for the long term. Most of these projects in this space, when you hold these projects for the long term that you genuinely believe in after checking off all of these factors, that is when you're going to see the most gains, the most profit, and that's when you're really going to be happy with yourself. And what usually ends up happening is you're going to become so attached to that NFT, that project, that you're probably not going to actually want to sell and take these profits because your belief in the longevity of the brand, the IP, is going to become so strong, and you're going to get so involved within the community. There's going to be absolutely nothing stopping you except for the fear of missing out. All in all, these are all the factors that you guys need to be looking for when deciding if a project is good or bad. And I'm going to show you guys a quick example of a project that fits this criteria. One project that fits majority of the criteria that I just talked about, and most of the time it's going to be hard for them to hit every single one. But if they can hit every single factor in some way that makes you comfortable as an investor, then that's a good sign. It's a green light. Once again, this all comes down to your due diligence, your research, and you're going to be wrong sometimes. So be okay with being wrong, because if it was that easy, then everyone would be doing this. So the project I want to talk about is Cartoons NFT. You can see that they have a website, which is also a good sign. Anytime that they have a website is really good. It just helps us provide more information on the project. If we go to their website, we can see their team. All their team has their Twitters and LinkedIns linked to their website. That's a green light. That's a good sign. If we click on their LinkedIn, we can see here's Brett Lawrence. If we take a look at Brett Lawrence, these are his experiences as working. This is his professional resume, his career resume. If we go through and click through all these guys, we will see the same exact thing on their LinkedIn's, their resume. That's a good sign. If we go back to their Twitter, 68.6k followers. That's a lot of followers. Let's take a look at their engagement. This pinned post, who still needs a tune list, just like and retweet. Once again, it's a good sign that they have 10,000 likes, 9.6k retweets, and 2,000 comments for a tune list, meaning their whitelist. But let's take a look at their actual posts. If we take a look at one of their genuine posts, 1,200 likes, 500 retweets, not too bad. Another one talking about Ukraine, Russia, just what's going on in the world right now. We can see that it's getting 1,000 likes, 345 retweets, 100 comments. It's a little on the lower end for 64,000, but it still hits our criteria. That's still a decent amount of people. And one thing you need to understand, if their engagement's not usually taking place on Twitter, it's most likely going to be happening in the Discord. Let's take a look at a simple tweet, as it's always okay to take time for yourself. Let's take a look at this person who commented. 450 followers. Let's scroll down some more. This person has 152 followers. This Twitter account is mostly trying to win whitelist for projects, but we can see that these are genuine posts. This is not a bot account with 0 followers. They're actually following a decent amount of people and have a decent amount of followers. We can see that there's also this person who literally dove into the ocean with the cartoons poster trying to win the whitelist. If we go to them, they have 1,000 followers. They're following 148 people. Yeah, once again, they're trying to retweet to win some whitelist. That you will see that in the space. You can see here's some even more genuine engagement, them drawing some artwork to try to get the antonym NFT. No bot accounts, genuine engagement, genuine people. Let's go take a look at their Discord community. We join their Discord. Here's a basic overview of their rules. We'll see scrolling down, they have 9,000 people interact with their rules. That's very good engagement. Listen, all 68,000 people are not going to engage with every single post. It is going to be on the smaller side sometimes, but the idea is you're going to understand where the engagement is and how that engagement affects the project based on their numbers. If we go to announcements, so anytime that they announce something, wow, we got 1,900 on this one. That's a great sign. Usually if you're getting above 600 to 700 interactions within your Discord for an announcement, that's a good sign. They got 800 right here. They got 1,000. Let's take a look at their sneak peeks. In their sneak peeks from a month ago, 1,000 likes. 1,000 again almost a month ago. 600, it's a little bit on the lower end. 1,600, that's a great sign. 1,100, 2,600. This is very bullish to me. I'm looking at this, I'm saying, holy shit, there's people that are really interacting, really a part of this community. Let's go take a look at their general chat to see how their general chat is doing. If we scroll down, the first thing we see, several people are typing. It's amazing. That makes us realize that, wow, there's a lot of people who are typing in this Discord. You want the Discord to look like a Twitch feed, a Twitch chat almost. You see, look, it's going up. Bang, there's people typing constantly. People are really getting engaged in this community. What's up, Beast? Fine, and you, bro? What's good, fam? Hello, mate. What are you doing? I can't even keep up. What are you doing? Genuine conversations within their Discord. This is a green light. This is a great sign that this project, in my eyes, is probably going to do well. They have a community that is being built, and these people are not just spamming for the whitelist. They're actually having great conversations, trying to get to know each other. That creates a longevity for NFT projects. Taking a look at word of mouth, is they'll type in the NFT. We'll see Cartoons NFT. Let's take a look at Cartoons NFT mint. We have Otto. Otto is somebody that I follow. I respect his opinion. I have whitelist for this project. I will decide whether to mint or not closer to mint date. Either way, still a big name talking about a whitelist giveaway, a whitelist spot is still good. It just generates more hype for the project. I do respect the fact that he says it's a disclaimer. He has whitelist for his project, meaning that he probably collabed with them. Either way, it's a big person, a big NFT enthusiast talking about a project. They're not usually going to talk about projects that they think are shit or bad. So this is still a reassuring sign in my eyes. Let's take a look at latest. We can see Cartoons NFT. Look into this. Whitelist shouldn't be too hard. We really want to mint. Give us the chance to. Here we go. 10 hours ago. Everyone should love the Cartoons mint in a couple days. New sneak peek. The original Toonies. I'm so excited for mint this week. There's a lot of people talking about this project. It's a good sign in my eyes. The word of mouth is out. People are tweeting about it. 430 tweets. Going back to hype. 68.6 thousand followers. In my eyes, that's hype. Well, how do I distinguish what good hype is versus bad hype? Their Twitter engagement's really good. Their Discord conversations are great. That is good hype in my eyes. There's a lot of people following this project. Yeah, it might not be an invisible friends of 500,000 followers, but that is rare. So anything usually above 20 to 30K, that's hype. And how I certify that hype is through word of mouth. They're followed by people's opinions that I value in the community. Popeye, Bento Boy, Fungible Token, Kosher Plug, Pasta, Morgan Taylor. These people, I value their opinions in the NFT space. These are people that I trust whenever they talk about a project, they follow a project. I trust their opinions. Just because they're following does not mean it's good, but it just reassures me that, hey, I'm looking at a project that other people's opinions that I value are also looking at. That just reassures me that this potentially might be a great project. Now, we've taken a look at all the necessary factors that I like to include that helps me establish what a good NFT project is. What is their long-term value? I'm not going to go through this entire roadmap. Minting begins, meaning what happens mint. We want to look for the post-mint value. One of the very first things that catches my eye is the mint pass. The Cartoons NFTs will act as a mint pass for early access on future Cartoons releases for holders. It means that we're most likely going to have first access to future releases, but it's also not an airdrop. So bottom line though, Genesis, this first 7,777 collection of cartoons, if I'm able to get my hands on one of these, it's going to provide future utility, future value for more of their drops. The two other things that really catch my eye in terms of longevity of this project and long-term value is the Cartoons Launchpad and the Cartoons TV show. These are two aspects that provide long-term value if delivered. And also, going on to my next point, the TV shows are different. There's very few projects in this space that actually deliver on their TV show roadmap. Only other project that I could possibly think of is Claylings, that actually provided a TV show for their project. How big and how established this community is, the interactions that they're getting on Twitter, within their Discord, the genuine conversations, makes me bullish that this Cartoons TV show is something different and actually going to propel the floor, the price, the IP of the Cartoons brand as a whole. So this Cartoons TV show reassures me of the long-term value, because there's always going to be a possible episode or some type of creative motive behind the TV show. And it's also something different, as I've seen very few projects in this space deliver a genuine good Cartoons TV show. The much more, you can't expect these projects to have their whole entire thought out process, the whole entire longevity of their project as a whole off the rip. It comes down to a gut feeling of including all those factors, making a decision, and believing that they actually will provide a much more post their TV show, launchpad, fan art collabs, grant fund, etc. The Cartoons project has hit every check mark for me in terms of a good project that I would like to become a part of. So my steps going forward would to be hop in their Discord, figure out how I can get whitelist. I'm going to backtrack and switch sides for a minute. It's also good to just grind whitelist for projects, just cause sometimes, because even though you might do the research and they might not have all the information out at first, if you're able just to hop in those Discords and get a quick whitelist by either being the first ones there, chatting for an hour or two, who knows what the potential of the project can be when they release more information. This criteria is mostly based for projects that have all this information displayed to you off the rip, but sometimes all this information may not be available off the get-go. So that being said, grinding those random whitelists for certain projects with low follower counts could pay off in the end. I hope this video helps you guys determine which projects are good, which whitelists you should possibly grind for. Once again, still grind for those low whitelist projects that don't have a lot of information out, because you could be one of the first before it really blows up and it saves you time in the future. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, drop a sub. I know in the comments what other videos that you guys would like. At the end of the day, guys, please don't have paper hands, always have diamond hands, and I will catch you guys on Twitter. Peace.